Alright, this video is going to be a quick demonstration on how to operate the d5200 programmer in order to program the Radionics 6112 communicator. This programmer was used to program most of Radionics' later panels, as well as the newer ones. It replaces the d5100 programmer. We're going to start off by pressing the on button on the programmer and letting it boot up. Once we get past the self-test, we are prompted for a password. There's no password configured, therefore we'll press enter. Here's the main screen. You can select a product handler, which is basically an application that the programmer runs that it uses in order to program various pieces of equipment. In this case, we will be using the 6112 handler. So we will scroll down and press enter group when 6112 is selected. Now we are in the 6112 handler. New record is effectively the default configuration. This is the same configuration that you would see when you create a new account in RAM 2 or when you first get a 6112, assuming that it's not custom programmed. This is the default set of parameters. What we're going to do is we're going to read the current configuration from the 6112. Therefore, we must plug the programmer in. So we're going to take the cable and plug it into the programmer jack right here. Now, we must reset the 6112 so that it can synchronize and be ready for programming. To do this, we must connect the reset pin to ground, which we can use the chassis ground right there. Now that the 6112 has been reset, we can receive the current configuration from it by pressing the receive key. There we are. Now, this 6112, what we're going to do is we're going to configure it to use a different reporting format. We're going to set it up to use modem reporting instead of BFSK. So what we're going to do is we're going to enter the primary phone section. So we scroll down to primary phone and press enter group. Here we can see the phone number is set to 884-1000. We are going to change this. So we're going to scroll down and we're going to change it to 884-2000. We press enter to save. Now we're going to set it to use modem format, so we must press space to select modem to be yes, and press enter to save. Now, the central station type does not matter since we're using modem format, but we must disable ACK23, which sets it to accept the 2300 Hz acknowledgement tone from the receiver. We press space to disable this and press enter to confirm it. Now that we've made the necessary changes, we can exit. And now, we can send this new configuration to the communicator by pressing send. It says send successful. And now, what we can do is we can save this configuration file on the d5200 itself for later use. We go to save, hit enter group, and give it a name. Let's call this one 6112 new. We press enter. The record is saved. Now, what we can do is we can simply unplug this from the communicator and wait for it to reset. There we have it. This 6112 has now been programmed for a different reporting format. What we can also do is we can demonstrate what happens if you don't reset the 6112. If we don't reset it, and we try to read from it while it's not in the reset condition, we see reset 6112 appear at the top of the programmer display. This indicates that you must touch the reset pin first. Then we can try it again. And there we have it. This has been the basic operation of the 5200. In terms of shutting down, we will unplug from the 6112 and put our cable back. We can then exit out. We will not be saving this, so we hit exit again and exit one more time. We're back at the main screen of the 6112 handler. We can hit exit, scroll one up in the handler list to the 5200 off handler. We press enter, and that turns off the programmer. That concludes this short demonstration.